Hello, good morning everybody. Yes, today is 18th of April 2019 and I'm going to take you through the market overview for today. So on today's forecast, we're going to measure so much on the entry and the trades we had yesterday. We want to see how they went, if they went correctly, or if there's any changes that we need to make on them. Let's see. So we'll start off with our main chart, and that should be Euro USD. Then we'll move straight to GBP USD, and then we'll also move to USD JPY, and then the last one should be the last bunch of assets we're supposed to look at is SP 500, and then Brent oil, and also gold. So let's start off here. We have Euro USD somewhere around this point. Euro USD. So yesterday actually had a sell on this one, and the sell is still on. We took a sell from where the price is here, and so far it's going perfectly just as you said. If you sold it yesterday with me yesterday, you can still you should be able to hold on to it. Expect it to push price even lower. We are headed towards this support. This is the next close support I can see on this chart. So we took that sell, we are still holding on to it. We expect price to go even higher, but if you didn't sell it, then you should expect maybe some retracement. Already it has retraced. Earlier today the price was back to this level before it eventually heads to the lower side. So we hold on to that trade. There's nothing much. You're not going to add anything, you're not going to deduct anything. We are still into the sell, and the sell is continuing. So we move to the next chart, GBP USD. GBP USD was a very good sell from this is what we said yesterday. 1 hour we actually had a line drawn somewhere around that point, and then you also had a line drawn from the upper side. We had a line drawn like this, and then we mentioned that this was just a very good support where price was actually breaking, was holding support. We have a support. So we actually saw this as a good support yesterday, and then on the upper side we also have this as a resistance, and then there's also another very good resistance here, just a good resistance, nothing much to it, just a resistance. Then yesterday we did mention that we basically want price to come back to the same place. Let price try pulling back to the same place, which indeed it did. It came back and is currently heading down. So this was the correct place to sell from yesterday. You ought to have sold there, as I said, and then that sell should push price up to this resistance. So far from where the price is now, we want price to close below this level. Then we can be able to pick a sell, expecting it to push price even lower to 1.30058. So we move to the next chart, USD JPY. This one is a buy. In my opinion, this is a very good buy. As you can see, there was a resistance here. This is just a very good resistance. The same place was used somehow in the past. Support, break below, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, then price broke above it. It tried coming down, and currently we are still above it. So this is a buy. we expect that buy to push price up to this resistance. So you want to trade this successfully, place your pending buy limit around this point there, have your stop loss below this candle, and then have your take profit at 114.034. So that is how you need to trade that. We are not going to add much on that one. It looks much more clearer if looked at from the daily point of view, and the best you should do is to wait for a buy. Expect price to pull back down, then pick a buy from that point where I've mentioned, and then have your stop loss below the previous week's lowest low, and then the take profit should be around 114.034. So we'll move on. We move to SP500. SP500 is a buy from what we mentioned yesterday. So the reason I'm saying it's a buy despite this pin bar is because so far the trend is upwards. We have a support, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance. Price successfully broke above. It tried coming back, and then it rose beyond a resistance. So basically what we expect to happen now is for price to try pulling back down up to this level, because this just as resistance being broken becomes a support and a very good place to buy from. So we are waiting to buy. We want to buy it. When the price gets to this place, we're going to buy it. And should it break below, then we expect it to go up to this level where we'll buy it again up to 2931.1.9. So we move to the next set. Brent oil. We have Brent oil attached already. Then Brent oil yesterday, from what I mentioned yesterday, I want to add an indicator. This is a trend indicator. Envelopes, the first one. Envelopes is showing us that the overall trend currently is upwards. And then we also need to add average direction of movement index. So the two indicators, the ones we are having, they are all of them are pointing upwards. We have the main line of the indicator ADX above 25, and then the green one is above the red one. What this means is the overall trend is upwards. Therefore, you're supposed to look for a buy. So as it is at the moment, we basically want price to retrace and sit on this indicator. Envelopes is just two moving averages placed together at some deviation. So that's why you can see that if we were to add a 14 simple moving average, it will merge into these two. It will just be one big one. So I want to try that. Let's see. 14, and then I want to make it a bit bold. That's how this now 14 simple moving average. So you see it has merged perfectly. So we want price to sit on this one but should not break below. Then we'll buy it from that point, expecting that buy to push price up to this level, and then the next one is on top. So on SP500 still we expect, on Brent oil, sorry, we want price to retrace back down, head up to somewhere around 70.272. Then we'll pick a buy from that point up to 79.491. So we move to the last chart, which is gold. Gold is here. So on gold we keep recommending a sell. We recommended a sell, and the main reason we recommended a sell was this. There was a level there, and then we also had this. So the entire place, the where I have my zone drawn, is actually a support which was broken. We have this, a support, a support, a support, a support, broken. Price should come back up to it. Then we'll pick a sell from that point with a stop loss above there, and then the take profit is somewhere around this point. So on gold we actually recommend a sell. So you're supposed to be expecting a sell on gold, especially if price can retrace back up to the zone where I'm having my lines at. So we move we move to the contest for today. Today we're supposed to predict CHEF JPY. You need to say the price where we expect CHEF JPY to be at the end of the day. So you need to write your account number, and then write the pair itself, which is ChefJPY, and then also write the price where you expect ChefJPY to be at the end of the day. So if your prediction is close to the actual price, then FreshForex will give you the bonus, which is $30. So there are also other terms and conditions to this one, to this competition contest, but all that are written on the FreshForex main website. So you need to check there. The simplest one is just to predict and win. That's the best way I can put it. Just predict and win. As simple as that. So as long as on gold, from what I just looked at, it's a sell. In my opinion, it's a sell because there's a support which was broken, and then price has tried getting back to it and has failed the first time. If the price can pull back to the same place today, then that will be a very, very good place to look for a sell from. So gold should be traded alongside silver. The two are the same. Gold and silver are moving the same way. So while you're looking for a sell on gold, also ensure you look for a sell on silver. We have silver here. So there are several types of, there's silver USD, we have silver euro, and then you also have silver, there's silver AUD. So also on silver, there's a sell. You can see we had a support, there's a break, and currently we are struggling below this level. So this is a sell. This is a very, very good sell. You ought to look for a sell even as you speak. So expect some move, maybe slightly upwards. Expect price to move up to maybe somewhere there. Then you should sell from that point. Your stop loss above up to this level. This is the next key place I'm seeing. So if you successfully sell it here, have your stop loss above this tail, and then have your take profit somewhere here. So thank you very much. See you again tomorrow at the same time. So sorry, one thing I'm not mentioned is that yesterday we actually looked at how you can combine volume to price action. How you can combine volume. The volume I'm talking about is the one, this one. How you can combine this volume, to price action, and how you can combine it to major levels, how you can trade volume. So if you check the previous day's webinar, then you should be able to understand very, very well how you can combine volume with your strategy. So thank you very much. See you again tomorrow.